Guys, this is David. Welcome back to the channel. As always, remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It helps the channel grow, so I really appreciate that. Also, check out my podcast. I have those links in the description, so you can guys follow. You can follow along. In this journey. If you're not able to catch some of the YouTube videos, look me up on the podcast, or you can check me out in your car, at work, or wherever you at. So I'll have those links in the description. So in today's video, I want to discuss how I would invest my first $500, right? I've been investing for quite a while, for a few years now. And when I first jumped in, I really didn't have any direction, any guidance. I just jumped in and started investing. Now, if I had to take that back and redo that, I would have a little bit more, strategy behind my investment game plan, right? So we have a lot of newbie investors now, people that's just getting in, just started, investing, but they don't really have a lot of guidance, right? They don't really know where to start. They don't know too much about stocks. So I think this video will definitely help you guys out, who somewhat new to investing, or just not sure how to get started, right? So this is how I would invest my first $500, right? And I want to give a shout out to Earn Your Leisure. That's another dope podcast. I listen to them all the time. They give some great pointers, some great advice. Some of it I take and kind of tweak to my own liking. So I want to shout them out as well. They're really dope. Earn Your Leisure. Very informative podcast. So like I said, when I first started investing, I jumped right into tech, right? That was my thing. I jumped right into tech because that's what I saw how we were headed. So, and I'm kind of glad I did. I've made a lot of gains off those initial investments in the tech. But there is one downside, right? I wasn't diversified. So if tech is down or the Nasdaq is down big time one day, it has a significant impact on my portfolio, right? So if I had to do that investing over, I would definitely be a lot more diversified in some of my initial investments. So today, how I would invest my first $500, I would be diversified. I would mix it up. So what I would do now, I would start off with two tech stocks, right? I would start off with two ETFs/index funds, meaning ETFs or index funds or some of both, and two REITs, right, which are real estate investment trusts. So that's how I would start my first $500 with, right? Two tech stocks, two ETFs, and or index funds, and then two REITs. And I think that will get me started, or get somebody who's starting off in the right path, right? So remember to do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, but I do want to share, just some examples of some of those stocks or some of those funds that I'm mentioning. So let's, I said first two tech stocks. So to give you an example of some techs, Microsoft, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, AMD, Square, Google, right? So those are some tech stocks that, there's a whole bunch of tech stocks out there, right? There's a whole bunch. I'm just giving you some of the, bigger name tech stocks. I'm not telling you to invest in those, but those are some of the big time tech stocks. Me personally, in my portfolio, I do have Microsoft, I do have Apple, I do have Facebook, I do have Amazon, I do have Google. So those are some of my initial investments that's paid huge gains over the years. I mean, tremendous gains, right? But let's just say, Facebook, Apple, not Facebook, Apple and Microsoft, right? Those have to be those are two companies that is going to be around for a while. So if you started off with those two companies, you really headed in the right direction. And they both pay dividends as well. But I'm not saying start with those. I'm just giving you an idea of how, these tech stocks can make a big difference in your portfolio. I have quite a bit of tech, so I've been working for years to try to catch some of my, diversify to kind of balance out my portfolio. So the first one is 2 tech stocks. The next one, I mentioned ETF/index funds. I'm gonna give you guys a couple of ETFs slash index funds, and you can look them up on your own to kind of see the difference between each. I have them written down here. The first one is XLE, right? That focuses on the energy sector. So with index and ETFs, you kind of have these funds that's kind of made up of these different stocks, right, in a particular sector. So XLE is energy, right? So if you can't invest in like one energy stock, you have these funds that's made up of different types of companies, right, in that particular sector. So XLE, what else? XLK, which is centered around tech. XLF, which is centered around financials. Let's see, XLRE, which is made up of real estate investments. Triple Q, which kind of follows along the NASDAQ. A lot of tech is in that. SPY, which follows the S&P 500. VOO, which is a Vanguard fund that also follows the S&P 500. Is there anything I'm missing here? No, I think that's a good place to start, right? I have XLE in my portfolio. Like I said, it's centered around some energy. So I don't have a lot of energy stocks. I have a few, but I wanted to have a fund that focuses on that energy sector. So I do have XLE in my portfolio. I do have VOO as well, which it's a Vanguard fund that follows the SPY, and I'm looking to add some more to it. So yeah, ETFs/index funds, you definitely want to add those. That's how I would start off my portfolio. And then last but not least, REITs, right? Real estate investment trust. I have quite a few REITs in my portfolio. Just a few that I want to give you guys to look up and research on your own is AGNC, letter O, Realty Income, APTS, STAG, STAG, Good, GOOD. I actually have all those in my portfolio. I mentioned those in quite a few of my videos because they all pay me dividends, whether it's monthly or quarterly. So I have those in my portfolio, and I think your portfolio should definitely consist of some REITs, some real estate investment trusts. So just to recap, right? If I was starting my portfolio with $500, right, I want to have 2 tech stocks. I want to have 2 ETFs/index funds, either or. And I want to have 2 REITs, real estate investment trusts. That's a good way to start your portfolio. And you will see, you're for one, you're diversified, right? Which is very important in building your portfolio. So that's the way you want to start. You want to start your portfolio. If you start off with $500, $1,000, or whatever the case may be, we're specifically talking about $500 though. And then once you get those in your portfolio, the next thing is to keep growing, right? Keep growing. This is the important part. Don't just buy stock one time and then just sit back with your arms folded and wondering why nothing's happening, right? You got to have an investment plan, right? The biggest thing that I saw that helped my portfolio grow was dollar cost averaging. Look that up if you don't know what it is, but you want to have a set amount of funds that you can invest bi-weekly or monthly into these funds, no matter what the stock price is, and that'll help your portfolio grow, right? I guarantee if you're disciplined enough to do this over a year, 2 years time, you're going to thank me. You're going to see a significant increase in your portfolio. So take that into consideration. Get started on this now. The market is there. It's waiting on you to get started. It's very easy. So take these steps. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. But definitely, if you want to invest your first $500, this is definitely a step-by-step guide that you can use. So remember to like, share, subscribe, help the channel grow. Follow my podcast, and I will talk to you guys later.